Most people spend their lives trying to conquer the world. They want more money, more influence, more success, more recognition. But they ignore the one battle that determines every other victory. The battle within. You can defeat competitors, win arguments, build businesses, earn millions, and still lose your life if you cannot control yourself. History has shown us something remarkable. The greatest leaders, the greatest athletes, the greatest creators were not simply masters of their craft. They were masters of themselves. Because real power is not controlling other people. Real power is controlling your own thoughts, your emotions, your habits, your fears, your impulses. The day you master yourself, you become dangerous in the best possible way. Not because you can dominate others, but because nothing outside you can easily control you anymore. Every prison has walls, but the strongest prisons cannot be seen. Fear, self-doubt, negative thinking, comfort, excuses. Many people spend their entire lives trapped, without realizing the prison exists. They wake up every morning already defeated, not because life defeated them, because their own mind did. Your thoughts shape your reality. Think like a victim, and every problem becomes proof that life is unfair. Think like a warrior, and every obstacle becomes another opportunity to grow. Your mind is a command center of your entire life. Guard it carefully, feed it wisely, train it daily, because if you don't control your mind, someone else will. Give me like this. Motivation is exciting. It fills you with energy. It makes you believe today will be different. But motivation is temporary. It comes, and it goes. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It simply reminds you who you decided to become. The people who achieve extraordinary things are rarely the most motivated. They are simply the most consistent. They show up on the days they feel inspired, and they show up on the days they don't, because they understand something most people never learn. Your future is not built by your best days. It is built by your ordinary days. The mornings when nobody is watching. The evenings when quitting feels easier. The moments when every excuse sounds reasonable. That is where champions are created. Not through perfect circumstances, but through repeated choices. Every time you choose action over comfort, you become stronger. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust with yourself. And once you trust yourself, confidence is no longer something you seek. It becomes part of who you are. Life will test you. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Opportunities will disappear. And there will be moments when your emotions beg you to give up. Anger will tell you to react. Fear will tell you to stop. Doubt will tell you you're not enough. But emotions are terrible leaders. They change with every situation. Real strength begins when emotions become passengers instead of the driver. Mastering yourself does not mean you never feel fear. It means fear no longer decides your actions. It does not mean you never feel pain. It means pain no longer controls your future. Calm is power. Patience is power. Self-control is power. Because when you remain steady, while everything around you falls into chaos, you become impossible to break. The strongest person in the room is often the quietest one, not because they have nothing to say, but because they have learned the rare ability to control themselves before trying to control anything else. Your life is not changed by one big decision. It is shaped by thousands of small ones. Every choice matters. Every habit matters. Every excuse matters. Because every action casts a vote for the person you are becoming. Nobody wakes up successful overnight. Nobody suddenly becomes disciplined. Nobody accidentally builds an extraordinary life. Success is built quietly, one decision at a time, when nobody is watching, when nobody is applauding, when nobody believes in you. The life you dream about is hidden inside the choices you make today. Every workout, every page you read, every temptation you resist, every promise you keep. You are either building your future or slowly destroying it. There is no neutral. Every decision moves you closer or farther away. The question is not, where will I be in 10 years? The better question is, what kind of person am I becoming today? Because who you become will determine everything you achieve. Failure is not the opposite of success. Quitting is. Every person you admire has experienced rejection, disappointment, loss, pain. The difference is that they refuse to stay on the ground. Life will knock you down. Again and again. That part is unavoidable. But staying down is always a choice. The strongest people are not those who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure become their identity. Every setback teaches something. Every obstacle builds something. Every difficult season prepares you for responsibilities your current self cannot yet carry. Do not ask for an easier life. Become stronger. Become wiser. Become more disciplined. Because once your character becomes unbreakable, no obstacle is powerful enough to stop your journey. The world eventually makes room for the person who refuses to surrender. There comes a moment when everything begins to change. Not because the world changed, because you did. Your confidence is no longer based on compliments. Your peace is no longer dependent on circumstances. Your discipline is no longer a struggle. It has become your identity. You stop chasing validation. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop wasting energy trying to impress people who were never part of your journey. Instead, you compete with one person, the person you were yesterday. That is where real growth lies. Master yourself, and you master your habits. Master your habits, and you master your days. Master your days, and you master your future. Destiny is not created in one dramatic moment. It is created one disciplined day at a time. One day, people will see your success. They will admire your confidence. They will celebrate your victories, but they will never fully understand the war you fought in silence, the mornings you chose discipline, the nights you chose growth, the fears you face alone, the excuses you refuse to believe. That invisible battle created the person standing here today. Remember this. Nobody can steal your discipline. Nobody can control your mind unless you give them permission. Nobody can stop someone who has mastered themselves, because true strength does not come from muscles. It does not come from money. It does not come from status. It comes from absolute control over your own mind. Master your thoughts. Master your emotions. Master your habits. Master your actions. Master yourself. And when you do, no power in the world can stop you.